All right, let's just get right into it. You've seen these things all over the internet, right? These AI videos that are just mind-blowing, totally realistic, but completely impossible, like a woolly mammoth trudging through a snowy city, or a tiny little ship navigating a storm inside a coffee cup. And you gotta ask yourself, how? Like, seriously, how is this stuff even possible? Well, today, we're gonna pull back the curtain and see exactly how the magic trick works. So to really get a grip on this, you have to throw out your old ideas. Don't think of it like painting on a blank canvas. That's not what's happening. The best way to picture it is this. The AI is like a sculptor, but they're standing in the middle of a chaotic, swirling sandstorm. The real genius here isn't about creating something from nothing. It's about finding the perfect, crystal clear image that's already hidden inside all that chaos. So let's start with that chaos. Every single one of these incredible AI videos starts its life, well, not as a blank page. It starts as a screen jam-packed with pure, random, staticky noise. You know, like an old TV when the antenna was busted. It is the digital version of that sandstorm. So you'd think, right, that the AI learns to make a video of a cat by just watching a billion videos of cats. And yeah, that's part of it, but the real secret, the clever bit, is that the whole process is completely backwards. It's all about learning to work in reverse. Okay, check this out. Here's how they do it. Step 1, they start with a perfectly clear, normal video. Got it? Then step 2, they just destroy it on purpose. They methodically add layers and layers of digital static, this noise, until there's absolutely nothing left but a chaotic mess. They do this millions and millions of times. And the whole time, the AI is just watching. Its only job, its entire training, is to learn how to undo that damage. It has to learn how to reverse that process perfectly. Over time, it gets so good that it can see the ghost of the original video inside the static, and it learns how to carve away all that noise to bring the original back. And this whole crazy technique, it has a name. It's called a diffusion model. And honestly, it's the perfect name for it. The diffusion part is that process of adding noise and spreading chaos. And the model is the AI that learns to reverse it. So when you type in a prompt, the AI isn't drawing. It's starting with a brand new canvas of random static. And just like our sculptor, it carves away every single pixel that doesn't look like what you asked for, revealing the image that was hiding in the noise all along. Okay, so the AI is a sculptor that carves from noise. That explains how it creates an image, but it doesn't explain the what, right? When you type in, I don't know, a corgi riding a unicycle on the moon, how on earth does it know what that specific thing is supposed to look like? Where does it even find that idea? Well, this is where things get a little trippy, but it's so cool. The AI isn't just looking through a big folder of pictures it's seen before. No, it's navigating this unbelievably huge conceptual map. A map that basically contains the idea of everything you could possibly imagine. This map has a technical name. It's called the latent space. Just think of it like this giant multi-dimensional library. And in this library, every single concept has a specific location, a set of coordinates. Dog is over here, skateboard is over there, Tokyo is way over on this other side. Your text prompt, a dog riding a skateboard in Tokyo, that's not a command to draw, it's GPS coordinates. You're literally telling the AI the exact spot on the map where those three ideas cross over. The AI zips to that address, understands the core concept waiting there, and then it starts sculpting that concept out of the noise. Now, carving a single static image, a sculpture that doesn't move, is one thing. That's already incredible. But video moves, and that brings up a whole new massive problem. How do you make sure your sculpture holds together? How do you keep it from just falling apart or morphing into something totally different from one second to the next? This is the huge challenge of what's called temporal consistency. And you've totally seen this problem before, right? Think about those early AI videos. They were kind of creepy, honestly. A person's face would just melt and twist. Objects would pop into existence and then vanish. Everything had that weird, wobbly, nightmarish quality. What was going on there? The answer, in one word, is memory, or more accurately, a total lack of it. Those early models treated every single frame of the video like a completely separate project. It would sculpt frame 1 and then forget all about it and start from scratch on frame 2. There was zero connection. But the game changer in modern AI video is a technology called transformers. Yeah, the same kind of tech that powers things like ChatGPT. What this does is give the AI a form of short-term memory. It lets it remember what just happened a moment ago. And with that memory, our sculptor can now do something that is just incredible. For every single pixel, every grain of sand in our moving sculpture, it can calculate the most logical, physically plausible way for it to move from this moment to the next. It figures out what we call the path of least resistance. This is what makes sure a person's arm actually swings like a real arm, or a bouncing ball follows a believable curve. It's what makes the motion smooth and stable. So when you put all these pieces together, right? The sculptor carving from noise, the giant map of ideas, and this new ability to remember and predict motion, you end up somewhere truly mind-blowing. The implications here are, honestly, they're huge. Because what you realize is that this technology is becoming way more than just a fancy animation tool. To get good at making realistic video, the AI is being forced to learn the fundamental rules of our physical world. It's not just an animator anymore, it's becoming a world simulator. Think about it. To make a believable video of a glass of water spilling, the AI has to have some kind of internal understanding of gravity and how liquids move. To show a car driving past a building, it has to get how light works, how shadows are cast, how reflections appear in windows. And just to stop the video from being a melty mess, it has to learn one of the most basic rules of reality, object permanence. You know, the idea that things don't just vanish when you're not looking at them. It's literally learning physics through trial and error on a massive scale. And this all leads to a final, really profound idea. For more than 100 years, a video meant one thing. It was a recording. It was light from the real world hitting a sensor or a piece of film. That was it. But that definition is being torn up. Now, a video can be nothing more than a mathematical calculation, a simulation of a possible reality, sculpted entirely from static. So, I'll just leave you with this to chew on. For the entire history of our species, if you wanted to see something, you had to actually be there and record it. What happens to our world? What happens to our very idea of truth when we no longer need to record reality in order to create it?